but me. Say everybody. Okay.
KCMO, born and raised if you ain't get the memo. Slipping in my city is a NO. We put down the demo.
Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel. It's me, Bossy, and today I'm here with story time video. Now y'all, I have not done a story time video probably in about, was it maybe, I don't know, 8 months? I don't know. It's been a long time because, like I say, I don't have a bunch of stories to tell. I'm done talking about the Bobster, and I mean, I was like, they've been asking for story times, and when I went live a couple weeks ago, I was like, I'm gonna do a story time. All right, so my battery died, so I had to actually put a new one in. So the next story that I'm going to tell you guys, this happened when I was in high school, and I worked at a men's clothing store called Harold Pinners. It's now called City Gear, I think, but I worked there for what, let's see, 10th grade, 11th grade, and a little bit of my 12th grade year. But this happened, I think, when I was in the 11th grade. So you know, in Harold Pinners, you know, it's a man's clothing store, but we would have kids' clothes in there. Sometimes like name brand women's clothes. We were like a high name brand clothing store, but they had affordable stuff anywhere. But anyway, so we had this, I worked on the Landing Mall in Kansas City, Missouri. That's where the Harold Pinners was. And closer to like the right, farther in the back of the store, we had this other little room that people could shop into that had like our Coogee clothing and stuff. It was like more of the expensive clothing that was in that room, or I think it was exclusively for just like the Coogee clothing or whatever. Which I don't think people wear Coogee anymore. I'm not sure. But anyway, so I noticed there's a man and a woman, you know, walking in the store, and you know, you could tell they were a couple or whatever. And it wasn't a lot of associates working that day. It was like probably 2 or 3 of us on the floor, and then we had the people that was up at the front that run like the stuff up at the register. So these people happened to go into that room where like the Coogee clothes and stuff was. So upon walking up there, you know, I see the woman, and you know, she's maybe about, she looks to be maybe about in her 30s or so. But the first thing I noticed on this woman was her stomach. And I'm like, oh my gosh, she's pregnant. She looks so pretty. She was dressed like so pretty. Like her hair was laid. She had her nails done. She was beautiful. But I noticed she was pregnant at the same time. So I was like, oh my gosh, she is so cute. Look at her walking in them heels and stuff. Like, go girl, slay. She looked about, what, 6, maybe almost 7 months pregnant. So I go in there or whatever, and you know, I'm just in there. You know how when you work, you gotta just, not saying they was gonna steal nothing, but sometimes, you know, you gotta just walk around and act like you're doing some work just to wait to see if the people gonna ask you something, or if you're just gonna go ahead and ask them if they need help. So after being in there for maybe almost 20 to 30 seconds, I was like, so do y'all need any help with anything? And they was like, the guy, he didn't say anything, but the woman was like, no honey, we're fine. She kind of had like a raspy voice or whatever. And I was like, okay, well, let me know if y'all need anything or whatever. So they still in there for the whole time. Anyway, I'm just like looking like, what are they doing? So anyway, the guy that she was with finally asked me, because we had these little long stick things, and you know, I'm short. So we would use these long, I forgot what they were called, but we use them to get like shirts or whatever that's high up. And I needed to use them all the time because I was the shortest one that worked there. So he asked me if I could get one of those shirts down for him. So I did. So after getting the shirt and him looking at it or whatever, I finally asked the lady, I was like, so do you know what you're having? And she kind of looked at me crazy. She was like, huh? And I kind of felt like, what did I know? Should I not have said nothing about her pregnancy? But she was like, huh, excuse me? And I was like, so do you know what you're having, or how many months are you? And she must have switched her bag from one shoulder to the next. And I'm looking lost like, what the hell did I do? And she said, first of all, you don't ever say that to nobody. Secondly, I'm not pregnant. When I tell y'all my eyes got so big and almost popped out of my head, I said, I am so sorry. Y'all, when I tell you this lady looked every bit of pregnant, she wasn't an overweight woman at all. Oh my God. Now as I'm older, I realize probably it was one or two things. But she was not pregnant. When I tell y'all, I was so embarrassed. I felt so bad, one, for saying that. And like her dude, he looked like he kind of chuckled at the same time. I was like, oh my God. I hurried up and just walked out of there while they still had the shirt in their hand. They could have stole the stuff, anything, which they didn't or whatever. They didn't end up buying nothing. But I was like, oh my God. I ran over to one of the other associates and I was like, yo, I thought that lady was pregnant. She said she's not. And they was like, she ain't? And I was like, no. So y'all, yes, that was the time that I asked somebody what they were having and how many months pregnant they were when the lady wasn't pregnant. Now, the reason I asked this, y'all, because like I said, she looked pregnant. She was a beautiful woman. Her body shape looked right, but she had like a perfectly round form stomach. So then, like I said, I didn't ask her, well, what's wrong with you? Because that's even rude. She might have tried to pop me off in the store or whatever. But either one, she had some type of sickness, tumor, something like that. That's the number one thing. Or either two, she had a beer belly. And it was a severe case of beer belly. So I don't know. Even to this day, I don't know anything else it could have been. Or either she was pregnant and told the man she was with that she wasn't pregnant because it probably wasn't his baby. But I don't know. I don't know. But those were my two little story times I decided to tell y'all. I will try to see if I can think of any other small, short story times that I can think of and doing for y'all every now and then. If I can, but don't cross your fingers because, who knows. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. And I will see y'all in my next one. Bye, loves.